You, my young violet, will be the sweetest amongst violets like your mother.
This project means a lot to me because I wrote it. It's the first thing that I've ever written, and besides that, it means a lot to me because it's a really important issue that I feel a lot of people are going through, and I feel like it's really misrepresented in the media, and it's something that needs to be talked about more, and I feel like this play does, hopefully, a good job of shining light on something that's really misunderstood.
Shrinking Violet is an important story, not only because of the issue it's presenting, but because of how that subject is being approached. In giving Jane's eating disorder a voice, quite literally in the character of Anna, it really tackles the question of why. Why are people suffering from eating disorders? And what we can do to help. And I think in doing so, it clears up a lot of the common misconceptions people have, and also the judgments people have about eating disorders.
This story is really important to me because eating disorders are not talked about enough. And I think mental illness in general, there's a big stigma. We sweep it under the rug a lot, and it's a big problem that affects a lot of people, and I often don't understand why humans do that. It's like, oh, we'll just not talk about it, which is crazy. So I'm really excited to be doing a play about that, about eating disorders, and saying, like, bringing the issues to the forefront and be like, yeah, this is a problem, let's talk about it, let's assess the situation, and maybe by talking about it and sharing our experiences and bringing it out of the scary, dark closet that we stuff it in, can find some sort of hope and solutions.
You, my young violet, will be the sweetest.
So the character of Jane, who is who I play, is very insecure, but also very funny. She's very awkward, and she is struggling with this new relationship with the character of Anna, and that's really like the heart of the story. And yeah, Jane is, like, I hope lovable. I hope you care about her, but she also is a pretty flawed individual. And the play looks at her relationships with her mom and with Anna, and that's where the story kind of comes from.
So a little bit about Robin, Jane's mother. Recently, her husband has left the family, and Robin, throughout the course of the play, is left to pick up those pieces. In doing so, I think she gets a little preoccupied and distracted between her thriving dating life and those extra hours of work. She's trying to rediscover herself, but in doing so, I think she fails to see what's going on with her daughter.
Anna is Jane's idea of perfection. She is the person that if Anna could just be her, everything would be fine, everything would be all right. She's got a dark side to her that I think Jane likes. She stands up for herself, she's fierce, speaks her mind. Yeah.
Violet, I hope you fight too.
I originally started writing it because I knew a lot of people, which unfortunately a lot of people know a lot of people who have eating disorders, but I also started writing it because when I was about 14 and 15, I was anorexic, and when I sort of got out of the heart of that situation, I thought that a really cathartic way to write about it, a very cathartic thing to do would to be write about it. And yeah, it just became more and more important to me. And the play evolved a lot when I got to university, and I got even more better. it evolved more when I got out of university and I was healthier than before, and I even had more perspective on it then. So that was, it took a lot of changes after I was completely healthy.
Violet, may you forget me when you know.
Hi, my name is Brenton. I'm the artistic director of Wolf Manor Theatre Collective and the producer for Shrinking Violet, a new play by Fraser. Now, why this piece is important to both Wolf Manor as a company and myself is that we are constantly looking to be promoting works from emerging Canadian theatre artists, which our entire cast, crew, company, and playwright are consisting of. Additionally, we're trying to produce theatre which deals with complicated social issues, and to say the least, Shrinking Violet definitely takes on a big one by tackling the complex nature of eating disorders. Now, personally, when I was 14 and 15, I suffered from a complicated form of an eating disorder, various kinds of anorexia and bulimia in some sense. And the thing is, it's one of those things that it never really gets the right kind of light shed on it. And I think even as I grew up, I still was challenged with issues of body image and just self-esteem, and I think this play really cracks open where a lot of those things come from while still looking at it in a very practical way, and how little we do really understand about what's going on with people suffering from these. So I'm excited to bring this play not only to Halifax, but to continue mounting productions of it into the future, and hopefully bring in the right kind of people to start the right conversation about this complicated issue.
Violet blue.
Halifax is a really cool city. I have family there, so I'll be very excited to visit them and perform there. I never thought I'd be doing that anytime soon, so that's exciting.
I am very excited to go to Halifax. I've been there before and I absolutely love it. It is my Scottish heritage needing that weather, and I think it's awesome. It's such a friendly city and there's lots of hills, which is fun, and I really, really love Halifax, so I think it's going to be really exciting to go there.
You, my young violet, will climb trees.
So it's really important that you donate money because we want to go to Halifax and we want to perform for you in Halifax. And if you can't see the show in Toronto, then support the trip to Halifax. And yeah, it's really important. We really want to get there. We want to stay there. We want to have a good time. We want everyone to see the show and have a good time and learn something. So thank you.
Violet blue. You, my young violet, will be.
Yeah, you should come see it.